What's up, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse, and welcome back to the Marvelous Wave. As I'm sure a lot of you know, the press actually got to see Spider-Man No Way Home yesterday, and have therefore published a lot of their first reactions and reviews online. And today we're sort of going to be doing a roundup of those reviews, talking about the overall consensus of the movie and what to expect going into it. So if you wanted to find a video that will cover exactly what the first critics are saying about No Way Home, you found it. The winner of the Far From Home hot toy figure giveaway will conclude on December 17th. If you're interested in entering to win a hot toy, the rules are in the description as follows. Anyway, my friends, let's go ahead and get into it. Currently, as it stands right now, Spider-Man No Way Home has a 100% critics rating on Rotten Tomatoes, which is absolutely astounding, but is also not uncommon for Marvel films. At least for the first little while, I'm sure Spider-Man No Way Home will remain at 100% on Rotten Tomatoes. However, it is subject to change when more critics see the movie. As it stands right now, there aren't very many verified critic reviews on Rotten Tomatoes, approximately 47 right now, but it still stands at 100%. There are a few critics, however, that do offer some critiques for Spider-Man No Way Home. Anyway, my friends, let's go ahead and get into some of them. Nick Shager said that this was the finest wall-crawling MCU effort to date. Another critic said this: Tom Holland has built a legacy that will longer linger in the Spider-Man firmament. Better he should place it on the mantle now than wear out his welcome. The odds of that actually happening are of course slim to none. This review is actually positive, basically saying that Spider-Man No Way Home is a great effort and that Tom Holland is the best iteration of the Spider-Man character, which we've heard in Spider-Man No Way Home. Tom Holland really shines as an actor. Obviously, the critic doesn't want Tom Holland to continue with Spider-Man movies, as he believes that this effort and the efforts previously are very good and Tom Holland has established himself as the webhead. Another critic said this: even the most jaded superhero fan will be won over by the love letter to fans everywhere in this movie. The best MCU trilogy, yet it is tonally grounded, emotionally weighted, and this is Holland's best performance as Spider-Man, packed with wild surprises and excitement. Easily a film you'll want to watch again. No Way Home is a ride I never wanted to end. It's a marvel that something this ambitious actually came together, with the original score being an A-. Top critic on Rotten Tomatoes, A.A. Dowd, actually gave the movie a B, which is one of the lower scores. No Way Home's extended exercise in franchise-agnostic fan service is at once an ominous precedent for future event movies, and at times rather poignant gimmick. Rachel Leischman said this: No Way Home understands Spider-Man fans like no other Spider-Man film before it. To me, this review, although small, is an obvious hint of Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield, and the fact that this movie is again a love letter to all three generations of the Spider-Man character. Another top critic said this: Spider-Man No Way Home bounces from hilarious to hurt with ease, as both the darkest and funniest MCU Spider-Man entry to date. Another critic says, you'll never leave a Marvel film with so much uncertainty as to what comes next. Critic Alonso Duralde actually talks about the more human elements of Spider-Man No Way Home, saying this: the most superheroic feat on display might be the film's ability to keep human-sized emotions and relationships front and center, even as the very fabric of time and space twists itself into knots. Another critic said this: it delivers the way a piñata at a party might. Despite several awkward beatdowns, it ultimately delivers the candy. No Way Home is Spider-Man's most intriguing and fun story yet. Though the multiverse looms large, the film's thoughtful in its focus on Peter Parker's journey. As clunkily executed as it can be, fan service doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing, especially when it serves a larger thematic purpose, grappling with Spider-Man's legacy. No Way Home is a love letter to Spider-Man. The writing is richer, the themes are darker, the stakes are higher, and Tom Holland delivers his best work. Simply put, it's the best film in the MCU. With the burden of intense internet hype surrounding the film, Spider-Man No Way Home delivers the goods with an entertaining journey that thoughtfully honors the past 2 decades of Spider-Man on the silver screen. Spider-Man No Way Home is an epic and high-stakes Marvel adventure. Darker and more serious than the previous two, there's big emotions and moments that make your jaw drop. A less than positive review said this: entertaining in some places, but also regressive, a fan-servicey Spider-Man legacy sequel that's overly nostalgic for its heydays. So those are a lot of the critics' reviews for Spider-Man No Way Home, again most of them being overwhelmingly positive. Keep in mind, guys, that this is very much from the critics' point of view, as the critics, although still being able to be massive fans of Spider-Man No Way Home, will not be watching this in terms of being a fan. They're watching it in terms of being a critic. And even as as the critics, they absolutely seem to love and adore Spider-Man No Way Home. Let's now do sort of a roundup of the big elements that critics and people that have seen the film are talking about concerning No Way Home, and the movie's biggest strengths and weaknesses. In some cases, maybe both. According to everything, this is very much a representation of all three Spider-Men while still honing in on Tom Holland's performance and his journey as the Spider-Man character. Across the board, even the negative reviews say that Spider-Man No Way Home is wildly entertaining. They also all seem to praise the acting in the film, but highlighted very specifically is Tom Holland, as this is his darkest chapter. Again, a lot of reviews mentioned the fact that this is indeed Spider-Man's darkest chapter, at least in the MCU. Some critics even called this the best superhero film of all time and the best Spider-Man film, both of which is huge praise, as the Sam Raimi movies are held in great acclaim and great esteem as of currently. And the other two Tom Holland entries are also held in very high esteem among fans. In terms of negatives, some critics said that the pacing can be clunky in Spider-Man No Way Home, but what I think is astounding is that the fan service was also praised a lot by critics, as well as only a few of them saying that it got annoying, as this is a very intelligent way to approach Spider-Man No Way Home and bringing fan service to the forefront with many returning characters from across the multiverse, with surprisingly this playing very much in the movie's strengths rather than its weaknesses. Overall, across the board, it seems like Spider-Man No Way Home is going to be a brilliant and fun Marvel entry, and again, potentially the best Spider-Man movie to date. A culmination of the three different interpretations of the Spider-Man character. We can also expect tons of action and lots of laughs, as well as huge emotional stakes. But anyway, my friends, what are your thoughts on the first critics' reactions to Spider-Man No Way Home? Do you think that this movie is primed to be one of the best superhero films ever made? And when are you going to see No Way Home? Again, if you're interested in winning the Far From Home Hot Toy figure giveaway, here are the rules. All you have to do to enter is like this video, subscribe, turn on notifications, and tell me in the comments down below which of the three Spider-Men you're most excited to see. As always, my friends, hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.